Alright, I'm live. How's it going? How's it going? How's it going? How's it going? I don't even know if anybody's actually watching yet. We're definitely live, so they can hear everything. This is recorded and going on YouTube. How's it going, everybody? Yeah, this is awkward because this is always the time where you start up the video and you have no idea if anyone's actually listening yet or watching the video. Anyway, doing a double experience stream this weekend. I'm doing only a very, very short thing. I'm also doing this where it's like a really weird looking screen for right now because I'm currently working in the background and I have to actually work this first day of double experience weekend, which really sucks. But tomorrow is going to be, I'm going to be streaming for quite a bit longer. Anyway, just want to hop on here and going to be doing some of your, answering all of your, not wealth building, let me see what we got. Answering your double XP questions. Okay, so, there we go, it's saved. It is saved. Ooh, it's got a different title. How's it going, Ryan? I can see you out there. I can't really see you out there, but I can see you typing. How's it going, man? I'm currently doing crafting and agility, so I'm using Silverhawks for agility right now, and then also cutting dragon stones. I still have some pulse cores left, so I'm kind of burning through those. I've gotten like very little XP gains so far. We are about, actually we're 12 hours in, and I've only gotten just about 6 million EXP. I haven't done any summoning yet. I've really actually done mostly medium speed skills. So I did a little bit of protean bars. I did some flasks, crystal flasks. I did some crystal flask blowing because I had to have AFK to do work. So, I mean, I guess altogether 6 million isn't terrible. It could be worse, but definitely hoping to get a lot further than what I currently am. That's going to be the goal. I'm going to be trying to hit 120 crafting this weekend as a minimum. So right now I'm at 77.3 million, so we've got about 27 million left or so. And then, yes, that's my main goal. Also, I'm just trying to get as far as I possibly can in the smithing, so that's why I got my rune bars and everything in the bank there. I got more rune bars and more gems and everything on my other accounts. So I'm going to trade over to this account after they run out, but for the most part, I'm going to try to get crafting done for sure. I want to burn through all the summoning charms that I currently have. Not gold and not green, but I'm going to be blowing through the blue and the crimsons. So that's going to be coming out. I want to do summoning tomorrow, though, because not only am I trying to work in the real world, but I'm also really tired. So, going to be hitting those tomorrow. Oh, shoot. Look what I did. I just grabbed the wrong preset. We got some lag going on. It's been a really laggy, terrible experience this weekend. It's actually kind of funny, but not really funny. I deployed 2 elite dummies, and then for some reason they never actually spawned, so I actually had to submit a bug report. I don't know, it had something to do with, actually I don't really know what it had to do with, but there's already been a few bugs that have been popping up, and one of them was that elite dummies weren't popping up like they were supposed to, so that's not good. I just basically wasted 2 elite agility dummies that I will never see again, so that really sucks. But yeah, going to be doing crafting while I'm on the stream here, and then I'll be hitting a combination of crafting and smithing for the rest of today. Tomorrow I'll be doing probably more of the same thing with also running around doing some summoning, and that's really it. That's really all I have planned for the weekend is crafting, smithing, and summoning for the most part. Obviously going to be doing the farming runs, obviously going to keep on topping up the Silverhawks. I tried to do a couple, I got 223,000 rune crafting because I have bonus, so it's basically 3 times rate. So I did that for like a short period, and that was okay. But I realized really quickly I did not want to do RuneSpan because I was like, I don't know what I have that I can AFK on. Oh, this will be nice. Ooh, yeah, Div Sim. I didn't really know what I was going to be able to AFK on, so I was like, maybe I'll AFK a RuneSpan. That was not a good idea actually because I need to be wearing the Silverhawks at all times, so I kind of scratched that idea pretty quick. So yeah. Ugh. Hey, Lachlan, how's it going? Ryan Phillips says, almost done with my Zork on old school RuneScape. I haven't played in RuneScape in three months, but think about making a summoning tank. That'd be kind of cool. Are you talking about making the summoning tank on RuneScape 3? Or where are you thinking about making the summoning tank on? And I do apologize for any lag, guys. Right now I've got the restream set to it's set to siphon the game itself, so that will make the appearance of it kind of not the most aesthetically pleasing, and then also it'll make it slightly laggy. So yeah, I'm well aware of that lag, and it's on purpose actually, because that way I can do stuff in the background while still being able to talk to you guys. Should we be flipping anything right now, is asking Alex. So yeah, feel free to ask all your questions you have, guys. I'm here to answer all your double experience questions. So if you're trying to figure out what to do next, what's a good idea, what's not a good idea to do, if you want, like, you can obviously ask wealth building questions too, because this weekend's really good for wealth building. If you are interested in the Patreon page and you are not a Patreon member, you can always go check that out too. I actually just got done redoing the entire site, so it's a little bit more smooth looking. You can also join our Discord, and joining the Discord is totally, you can just join it for whatever. You don't have to pay anything to join it or nothing like that. You just need to be a subscriber of the channel. Technically, you don't even have to be a subscriber of the channel. But 1 second here, and I will actually add that link into our conversation here, so that way you guys can actually join if you want to. So give me 1 second. I got the link coming. No, wasting XP. Stop. No, where's my crafting? All right, here we go. Here we go. So let's see. Join Discord. All right, if you guys look in the description, you guys should be able to see it now, where there is a link. You guys can feel free to join the Discord if you'd like to. Also, if you are a patron, then you will be able to access the investing mastery and flipping mastery stuff if you have that in your, if you've chosen that as one of your options. Where I am giving out, we're working as a team actually to find a bunch of stuff to invest in and also a bunch of stuff to flip. We found some stuff that's been pretty stupid. Like, we found a couple things where we made like a few million gold in like 10 seconds. It was really awesome. We've been finding a lot of stuff like that throughout. So it's been pretty fun. Give me 1 second to get this going. Oh my god, the lag is so real right now. Okay, so let's ask some questions. Let's ask some questions. But as far as what should you be flipping anything? Yeah, it's a great time to be flipping something, but I would recommend, if you're going to be flipping something right now, that I would just recommend that you stick to using an alt if you are able to, because that way you can continue to play on your main account while your alt is doing your flipping for you. That's a great option. Another option you could do too is just have quick handy teleports to get to the Grand Exchange quickly, and just kind of move as quick as possible while you're at the Grand Exchange. That way you can get back into it. But there's a lot of things you can be doing. Supplies, potions, all that kind of stuff is really good to do. Lachlan, I got a question. Do you think investing in double XP will ever be profitable again? Nothing seemed to go up this time. Many double XP this year, predictable, and people buying early. So items definitely did go up this time around. I think what you're confusing it with, Lachlan, honestly, is the fact that it was definitely different, that's for sure. Like, for example, stuff did not go up is like in the same periods it normally does. Like, we normally have items that are still rising even during the weekend, and there's a couple things that are rising, but not as much as usual. But we definitely had the normal spike in price at announcement time. So I think what we should probably learn from this is that it might be a good idea to actually unload everything during announcement time. Last double experience, it was also kind of there was some stuff that was better when you waited until the weekend, but most of the stuff was better at announcement. So it's really just looking like you're right. People are definitely getting more used to it. Finally, it's been like, I don't know how many years, and people are being a little bit more predictable with their investments. So when it comes to that kind of stuff, I think that investing in double experience is definitely still doable. But what we should learn is that we should probably be unloading almost all of our stuff, if not all of our stuff, when double experience is announced, instead of actually holding on to it. And even I was actually burned from it this time. I mean, in all honesty, I gained probably a third of what I was hoping to gain from this double experience weekend. It's not been great. I'm not really massively complaining. I definitely still made money, but not anywhere near what I was, looking forward to being able to earn this time around. So that's basically what we can probably expect for the next one to come around too. Justin Gold going for 95 prayer. Awesome, man. Keep going. You can do it. I thought I could have used the double experience for siphoning, but turns out I was wrong. No, Violence, sorry, man. Yeah, you gotta check that because siphoning is not doubled. The EXP from doing a siphon is not doubled. But if you checked out Invention Batch 2, by the way, siphoning is actually going to become a lot better, like a lot better. Yeah, check out that Batch 2. If you have, I think it's level 18. I think it's level 18. Then on your equipment, then it's free to siphon. So, and then at 13, I think it's like a 50% chance of it being free. And I'm pretty sure it's 18 where it is free. I might have the level wrong there, but you can. The perks are amazing, and I'm super excited about that. So look into that stuff too. Lachlan Win, what should we be buying for Invention Batch 2? My thoughts: divine charges, pouches, and other components for augmenters. In all honesty, like similar things to what like what people bought up for the original time for Invention would be a good idea. Buying up energies and everything like that is going to be a pretty good idea after Double Experience Weekend because everything's going to be like way low. It can really only go up from there. So your risks are pretty low if you're going to be buying your energies and charges and stuff after Double Experience ends. So that would be a great time to actually invest into Batch 2. Just because at that point, like I said, you have very little risk of actually having a negative experience with that. So. Yes, I do think it would be a good idea to do charges and energies and stuff like that. When doing construction, is best method remove, then hit 1 and build 2, or there's something I am missing? So Zach, are you doing prawn brokers? You should be doing prawn brokers if you're not doing prawn brokers, but definitely do prawn brokers. And to be honest with you, without actually sitting there and doing it again, I'm gonna have a hard time answering that. Just do it in the most the fastest sense. It will be you'll be best off hopping on YouTube and finding someone who has the most recent construction video for that. Without having that in front of me, I'm not sure because the fact that it's been like, oh man, it's been at least 2 years since I've actually gone and done prawn brokers myself. So. It's not something I've had in front of me for a little bit. How much is Luck the Doors right now? You just have to check. I'm not sure right now. I can tell you it's probably volatile because the fact that prices are going to be going up and down with the weekend. But I don't monitor the price on Luck the Doors frequently. So I've been debating flipping Santa hats or Luck the Doors. What would you say is better? I would definitely just, between those two, I would say just flip Luck the Dwarves and flip other things. Like Santa hats are not the greatest thing to flip. Santa hats are like, they've only just now recently become anything except for a dead weight, because like people are kind of like have like a residual hype thing going on where recently Santa hats had a whole bunch of action, so people keep thinking it's going to pop up and everything. What you guys got to remember is that the reason why Santa hats jumped was because there was clan manipulation behind it, and they were manipulated up. So now the up and down stuff is just people panicking and everything like that. And when people panic something up, it panics right back down. So that's what's going to happen to it. It's going to be extremely risky. In my opinion, there are far better things to sink your money into that'll give you more of an output than a Santa hat is going to. Luck the Dwarves is a really great option. If you're looking at like something like Third Age is a great option. Nex Armors is a great option. If you just watch my flip for wealth number 6, I was talking a lot about Nex Armors and how much I personally love them. So there's lots of things like that. We also do a lot of flipping in the Patreon. So if you've never tried that before, that there's a lot of different ways to learn different stuff to flip in there too, as well as like exact prices. Sorry, trying to do both at the same time is difficult. Let's see. Is it wise to buy many Steel Titan pouches for 6,000 each and sell them after? So buying them for 6,000 each is not terrible because, as you see, they do almost always go above 7,000. The thing is, though, is that they typically go below 6,000. So I would probably wait until they drop more. I'm not personally buying steels at 6,000. I'm going to be waiting until they drop more. Steel Titans are one of those things that does usually slowly drop more as the weekend goes on and gives you this false idea of, hey, it's really low, but actually it'll drop like another 1,000 or something. So maybe not that much, but they will drop a little bit more. Well, okay, you know what? This double experience is super whack, but I will say that most of the time they do drop a little bit more than that. So I would try to buy them below 6. But in terms of are they something good to buy? Yes. Justin Gold, heck yeah, I mentioned you, man. Woo. Well, hey, you took the time to come stop on my stream. Just sold 20,000 mahogany planks and got 47 million from it. Yeah, you know what? Mahogany planks really suck this time around. Mahogany planks would have been great to sell off all of them upon announcement of double XP. And I sold some of mine at that point, but I did not sell all of them, and I really regret. So many regrets. Oh, sorry, I got a text message. Sorry, somebody was texting me. Killing my gains and also making me stop giving you guys answers. Okay, so do you know what the best God Wars Dungeon 1 boss is for GP per hour? Planning on trying out higher level bossing with soul splits. So the best God Wars Dungeon 1 boss for GP per hour is definitely Nex, but if you're not counting Nex, that's a tough one. I would probably, I mean, well, it's not really that tough. Zilliana is probably going to be your best bet as far as like trying to get a lot of money. So Saradomin boss, because the fact that she has some pretty high value drops. So every once in a while you'll just get like a string of like really good drops from her. And I've gotten like 30 to 40 million from 1 hour of her before, so it's been really nice. I can also say that killing a boss like Kriara or General Grardor for Bandos is going to be also great options just because of the fact that both those guys drop a lot of effigies. They're also extremely easy to kill, so you can basically not pay hardly any attention and be able to get lots of kills. So the money will seem to be easy for you. So you know those are two options. The last time, actually, if you look in the description of the video, I actually posted my last 2 trips at Bandos, so you can see how much I made just from Bandos. And I got fairly lucky with those numbers, but I would say the Bandos is like a minimum of 4 or 5 million per hour. So it's decent, but you know if you want to try to get like the most possible from a God Wars Dungeon boss, then probably do Zilliana. But if you were to try to learn Nex, that would be a really great idea. But you do need to be close to max at least for Nex. Like you have to have overloads, you have to have soul split and stuff like that. I mean, it's probably possible to kill her without that stuff, but if you want to be able to make good money and do it consistently, you got to have that stuff. Can I reach from 0 to 50 million on 1 hour? Yes, you can. It really depends on your situation. Like if you have 0 gold and you want to get to 50 million per hour, and you want to get to 50 million and you want to, I mean, there's like, if you are maxed, and then sure, yeah, you could do it with some luck. I don't really know. It's a bit vague. I mean, you could also buy some bonds and get 50 million an hour. The Demon Mitt. Yeah, Santa Hats were crazy for 2 weeks in July, August. About one earlier, flipped it for a way up. Flipped my way up to 3 times what I originally paid for the first one. Nice. What's your opinion right now on the smithing rework? Is it worth investing in items, or is it still too far out? My opinion on the smithing rework, in all honesty, is that I would probably put more focus into the Invention batch 2, as far as looking at stuff to invest in. The reason why I say that is because we know that one's coming up really soon. And then also, we don't really know that much information about the smithing rework yet. Like, still, we don't have a lot of information. So, as far as what to invest in, it's kind of hard to decide what to invest in, especially like if you were to invest in our current like metals that we have in the game aren't going to be good after that it happens. So it's a difficult situation. It's like, hey, you could buy up rune ores, but you don't want to do that because they'll probably cost like half of what they, So it's tough to figure out what exactly is good to invest in for that, and then that kind of goes along with, yeah, it might just be too far out because we don't have that much information yet. I have 3 or 4 from 2006. I paid 24 million for them. I'm gonna go ahead and guess that you're talking about Santa hats. Yeah. I was playing back in Classic, and I remember when Santa hats were worth absolutely nothing. I remember when party hats and everything were pretty much nothing. But for a long time, Santa was like 9 million, like 9, 10, 11, 12 million. And what Santa Hat did for like a few years actually was it would be like 9, 10, 11, 12 million throughout the year. And then during Christmas, it would be like 20 million. And so that was like the big flip was you just stocked up Christmas. You stocked up Santa Claus hats. And then you just sold Santa hats during Christmas. That was like the big merch. Back then, I also did not have hardly any money, and so I was not really able to buy a bunch of Santa hats or anything like that. So, okay. I like answering your guys' questions actually doing these streams because this is nice. It's a nice way for me to not pay attention to what's going on because this crafting grind would kind of like drive me nuts. All right, so oh my gosh, it's the lag. Why is the lag? I also moved to a room, so I'm actually on the roof of my building right now. We have like a clubhouse up here. I'm actually sitting here with my friend, and we're both working on online stuff right now. And but the thing is though is like up here, the internet's not quite as strong as it is back in in my apartment because I have 1 gig internet in my apartment, so that's definitely great to do streams and everything. Up here, it's like I don't know 100 megs or something. So definitely ends up being a little bit more laggy up here. Let's see. Hey, Manatee, how much is your wealth evaluator showing at the moment? Probably not very much, Felix, just because of the fact that I've spread out my money throughout all the different accounts this weekend, so I not much. I think on this account there's probably about 10 billion on the account that you guys are watching right now. Here, I'll check. Let's look. 7.9 billion. Okay, even less. There's 7.9 billion on this account. I mostly this is the only account that I actually train on Double Experience Weekend. Sometimes I'll train 2 accounts at once, but I'm not doing that right now, especially because I'm talking to you guys. But I have other accounts that I just use for buying during Double XP. Like literally, all they do is buy. So I usually move as much money as possible to them, and then try to keep the money actually off of this account. That way that I am able to just constantly be buying things and flipping things throughout the weekend. I don't really do a whole lot of flipping actually. I mostly just do buying. It's quicker, it's easier. Ethan, oh hey man, I've been watching your videos for a month or two, and and you've paid for all my skills. I flipped during skilling and paid for my skills. You're awesome. Hey, well, awesome, man. I'm really happy that I was able to help you out with that. What content helped you out the most? It's actually really helpful for me to get that feedback from you, so that way I can try to make more content that's also good. And I just realized the crafter's gone. You sons of guns. We'll keep it PG today. Oh my god. No, put the crafter back up. No, stop it. I'm so happy because somebody had the avatar right here too. No, now I'm only getting like crap XP per hour. Alright, so all my skills is a stretch, but 99 farming. Hey, there you go. Sweet. I'm actually working on 120 farming right now. That's actually going to be my big goal. So there's my stats. My farming is almost 60.6 million. So that's my next goal for 120s. Besides crafting, because I'm going to get crafting this weekend. Totally going to get it. So I'm going to get crafting this weekend, and then next goal is going to be 120 in farming. Let's see. The Demon Mitt. I was reading through some of the documents the different JMods put out earlier this year and last year. I read through them quite a bit, and there's several mentions for Barrows being secondaries for the new Tier 90 armies you can make. It might be worth checking out. Yeah, there's, they've talked about Barrows, they've talked about Malevolent, they've talked about a few different things. So it keeps changing. But yeah, no, they've talked about this stuff, and then Malevolent, its energies and everything jumped up, and Barrows jumped up before. So yeah, I mean, they might use it, and it might be a good option to invest in. So yeah, I mean, you can definitely do it. But my thing is like, I also don't know how much money you have. So I mean, if you have like several billion that you can kind of divide your money up, then you can invest for both updates. Let's see. Man, no crafter that blows. I guess what I'm gonna do. Oh, you know what? Okay, let's not waste time. We'll just go right into smithing. I didn't really want to do smithing right now, but here we go. it's less. My smithing is so much less XP per hour. It's not terrible though. Smithing's not terrible. I'm doing rune 2Hs, and I'm doing rune 2Hs on double XP. Like I understand that it's fast. I understand it's profitable. So it's not really the best thing to do on double XP. But the thing is, like, I really don't like training smithing. I really don't. Oh man, I pushed the wrong button. Oops. I really don't enjoy training smithing. So this is a great way for me just to get it up a little bit further. Oh, there's the crap. Oh wow, trolls, really? Okay, yeah, you're cool. Let's put a crafter over there because your mom doesn't pay enough attention to you. Okay, let's see. One second. Okay, I keep hitting the wrong button. My muscle memory literally wants me to hit the wrong button. Let's see. And a lot of money towards Silverhawks. Well, awesome. Yeah, Silverhawks great for this weekend. Are you just cutting Dragonstones for XP? Sorry, I just got here. LOL. And then, what is decent price to buy Lucky Dwarves? Should I be buying them now or in a few days? You know, I don't know why everybody keeps asking me about Lucky Dwarves, but you can feel free to ask me. It's you know, because like I said, all questions are accepted. I just let you know that I won't be able to give you much information on Lucky Dwarves because I have not looked at them in a while. But as far as like, if you were like, you know, if I was wanting to buy one now or, you know, whatever, the thing with them is you should really only buy one to keep for yourself if you have a lot of money, because they don't help that much. Like if you guys actually compare them to a Ring of Fortune, they don't help as much as like a lot of people think they do. So it's not really worth like skipping other things for. Like I knew somebody that was like, I'm gonna go do a high tier boss thing. I'm gonna buy Luck of the Dwarves. And I was like, okay, you already got an Aim of those Souls. Oh, I can't afford that because I'm gonna buy Luck of the Dwarves. Aim of the Souls is so much more worth having than Luck of the Dwarves. So you know, just keep in mind priorities as far as that. Now, if you can definitely afford both and you just want them for uses, then awesome, buy both. But as far as trying to invest in them or flipping them or whatever, it's honestly it's kind of better with Lucky Dwarves just to like buy into them and then sell them right away, just because they go up and down so frequently. And unless you have a pretty good idea of what's going on, and I can't really advise you on them right now because I don't know. The last thing that you guys will probably figure out, the last thing that I tell you guys on my channel is stuff I don't know about. I try not to comment on stuff I don't know about. Let's see, and yes, right now I am cutting Dragonstones. Well, I was until they moved the crafter over there, like the people they are. So right now I'm actually going to be doing these rune 2Hs for a little bit until they move the crafter back over here and stop crying about their dad not liking them. Let's see. You're flipping for wealth videos. Change RuneScape for me. Awesome, man. Awesome. I'm really glad to hear that. And you know what? A lot of people have said that they really enjoyed the flipping for wealth. So I'm really happy about that. I have a couple more planned at least. Peyton Personal. Which patron pack would you recommend content to money wise? I would probably say that the best bang for your buck kind of thing, like especially, you know, if you don't want to spend too much but you want to be able to earn a lot of money, would be like the money making method one. Remember that on the Patreon you actually get whatever you yeah, go ahead. You can talk, man. This is my friend Brian over here who's trying to hide. No, it's a stream, man. You can talk about whatever you want to. We'll try to keep it PG-13-ish, maybe. I don't know. It depends on how tired I get and if I decide to start cussing at people moving the damn crafter out of here. Yeah, no, but yeah, you can ask me cards and everything. My friend I was talking about, I'm teaching him e-com right now, so I'm actually teaching him about e-commerce right now. So I just did it again. You know what? Screw it. I'm cutting Dragonstones right now. But I would recommend the money making method one. That also, so on Patreon, everything below the one you pick, you also get. So if you got the money making one, you also get the flipping one, so you'll get both of that. And between flipping and money making, that usually gets people a really big start. There's a lot of people that will actually pick like higher up ones, and it's usually because they tried out like the money making one and like with the flipping, and they realized they enjoyed that a lot and that it helped them a lot, and they were making a lot of money, and so they went further with that. So I would recommend for like someone starting out to try with that, just because of the fact that you'll be able to grind for as much money as you want to, while also being able to flip too. So it's nice that way. Ethan, I started using FlipChat 1 to start flipping and earn around 200 million, and started looking into flipping other items. Nice, Ethan. Yeah, FlipChat 1's not too bad. Sometimes the prices can be a little bit misleading, but they're pretty good. Because of the because of the new Invention Batch 2 equipment level updates, do you think the 50% or 100% chance to not need a siphon will affect the price of siphons? That's a tough one. That's a really tough one. I think that it has a high possibility of negatively impacting the price of siphons. I will say that. But I think that there are plenty of people in RuneScape that don't really care about the efficiency of their training, because if you think about it, there's already people that will go out and grind Invention levels, just killing monsters for Invention, just to raise their Invention levels up fast, which is not really actually the greatest idea, because doing it with Slayer or doing it with Skillvention is a better idea. But those people still do that, and those people are not going to care about the trying to save siphons. They're still gonna do the fastest way possible. So, and if you think about it too, so it would take quite a bit more to get up to that next tier. So I don't see those people being as patient, and I think those people are still going to keep the price of siphons going pretty well. I do think there's a possibility of them dropping a little bit, but I don't think they're going to bottom out or anything like that, because those kind of people are still going to be in the game, and those kind of people are still going to be, keeping the demand on those, right there. So, streaming on YouTube, Oddish asks, "What are you doing?" But I definitely would not stock up on siphons. I would not do that. So if you're thinking about stocking things for Batch 2, I would advise not stocking up on your siphons. Oh yeah, that's an odd place to live stream. Where's an odd place? On the roof? I'm currently on the roof. Let's see. Best patron packed money content. I'm pretty sure I answered that, Peyton, but if you have any more questions, please ask. Do you have an end goal for how much money you want ultimately to make on both RS3 and on old school RuneScape? On old school RuneScape, I'd like to hit a max stack. I haven't done it, and mostly because I haven't played that much old school. It's probably the main reason why I haven't done it. And I'm not transferring anything over, so I just want to make all my money on there alone. As far as RuneScape 3, I have definitely blown already past any goals I would have ever had. I've hit 200 billion on RuneScape 3 before. That was already 100 billion more than what I had ever dreamed of ever getting to. I thought that if I ever got to 100 billion gold, then that was going to be that was it. That's all I ever cared about getting. And yeah, that actually, the way that I actually got to the triple digits originally was because of a really lucky investment. So I went from still quite a bit of money that I just put all into an investment, and then it boomed, and I ended up with about 200 billion at the end of it by after selling off my investment. So when that happened, it wasn't like I kind of worked my way up to it. It just kind of boom, here's all the money, and I was just like, what? So yeah, to give you an idea, I invested 20 billion. That's how much I had invested. So the 20 billion turned into 200 billion. So I literally blew past any kind of benchmarks and stuff, and I didn't even see my goal of 100 because it just went straight to 200. So that I don't really have any goals now. My bank is currently around 150. Because you guys, if you guys have been part of the channel for a long time, then you know about where I gave away a lot of my money. So I went down to 50, and then now I've built back up to 150. So I don't really have goals as far as that, but I do have old school RuneScape goal. I'd like to hit max cash on there. I don't think I'm gonna hit a massive lucky flip on there, and I also don't play it too hardcore. It's almost all flipping and overnight stuff. So as far as grinding for money, I'm not really grinding for money on there either. I'm just kind of I'm flipping stuff, and it's a lot of fun. I'm having a lot of fun. But to be honest with you, for the most part, I don't really care about making the RuneScape gold that much anymore, because I already have more than any player should really have. And I know there's players. Obviously, I'm well aware there's other players that have far more than I do. But I don't care anymore at this point. I don't really care anymore about oh man, I got to go make that extra 10 million. Like I don't really care. That's why I do the YouTube and like hardcore on the YouTube is because I just really want to help other people get those goals because that's honestly really exciting to me. Like no joke, it's really exciting when people are like, man, you helped me to be able to max my account, or you helped me to be able to buy a set of Noxes or whatever, or you helped me hit my first max stack. And I've had quite a few people actually that have told me about hitting their first max stack or hitting their first 1 billion. So those are the kind of things I look for now. And so my goals are actually more related. I don't know why I keep on clicking back in the bank so quickly. But my goals are more related to how can like goals I actually have for other people that I'm teaching. So I actually have goals where I'm like, I've got some people I'm talking to right now where I'm trying to get them to their first max stack. Or I've actually, this is a real person on Patreon who's actually been a Patreon member for about 5 months now, I believe, about 5 months. 5 or 6 months they've been off and on. And I'm trying to get him to, he doesn't play that much, and he's also spent a lot of his money. So right now he's sitting around 200 million, and he started out with basically zero. He's about 200 million right now because, like I said, he's not had much time to play. But I'm trying to get him to 1 billion. That way that he can join into like other merchant groups. Like he wants to join into merchant groups that have like a 1 billion minimum. And so I'm kind of like helping him get there. So like that's like kind of like my goal kind of stuff now is I'm trying to get other people to hitting those stuff because like yeah it's nice. It's really nice when people tell you that you help to help get them somewhere. Let's see. Question: is Keystone Primus 360 a double XP? Oh, why is it? It was already 370k-ish before double XP started. That's actually just because of the fact that people were buying Keystones to go and go get the new requirements for like the completionist stuff. That's so they had like all the new boss drops and everything. That's the reason why all the Keystones went up is because people were buying them to go do that. My Silverhawks are giving me the same XP as normal. Something I'm missing. That's weird, Dan. Are you sure they're giving you as much as normal? Like if you turn on your options to be able to see all of your stuff from like all of your messages, and then you get a XP drop from them, then see what that number says, and then look at your XP like up on your metrics or whatever, and see what it's actually giving you. There's been times where I literally thought I was getting the normal, but I was actually getting double. But if you're not getting double, I don't know. Relog maybe. I'm not. I have no idea why you wouldn't be getting double. You definitely should be getting double. What's the next big ticket item in your opinion that's next in line to go crazy with prices? To be honest with you, it's all about what people decide they're going to manipulate. You can bet on edibles. Edible rares are always being pumped by people. They just go off and on. So I mean, honestly, you could go buy up. You could right now go throw your entire bank into edibles. You probably don't. I'm not telling you to go do this, but you could go spend your whole bank on edibles like pumpkins or something like that, and then just literally sit there and wait for somebody to pump them up. It's kind of funny they pump pumpkins. But just wait for a group to pump them up, and then when a group pumps them up, you just dump yours in the Grand Exchange, and you double your money or triple your money. Like it's literally that easy if you want to do that. I mean, you've got months in between people pumping them. Pumps probably happen 2, maybe 3 times in a year. So you can do stuff like that. But as far as like, what do I expect to be the next thing to jump up? I don't know. It'll probably be something related to the mining and smithing rework, but. If you're also counting in stuff like Santas, yeah, it's difficult to say because that's all just stuff that's manipulated by merch groups. So it's whatever they decide they're gonna do. Man, the crafter. Why don't you put the crafter closer? How's it going, Aaron? How you doing? Felix, Antoine, e-commerce, in real life moneymaker. Yes, in real life. I run a couple online businesses. So what do you suggest the best way to make money is? Merch-wise or skill-wise, either way. I have 300 million right now. Those signet rings, though, 69 million to 1.8 billion. Wish I saw that coming. Yes, yeah. Are you talking about the when you're saying 69 million to 1.8 billion, are you talking about the Hazelmere signet? If you are, the GE price was never accurate. When those came out, they were like ridiculous billions. Like they were not what the GE said they were. So if you're talking about the Hazelmere signet, it was never 69 million. It showed that because Jagex for some reason started them off at a super low price. They were always way above like party hats. Now they're not obviously, but they were at one point. As far as skill wise or flipping. Doing both is the best way. If you want to be able to make the most money possible, doing both is the best way. That's why when Peyton asked about the Patreon passes, which one would be the best for like a new person, that's the reason why I said like the money making method is one that also includes like flipping, because then you do both at the same time and you learn to do both at the same time, and then you continue doing that throughout the entire time you're playing RuneScape, and you just make boatloads of money. That's the best way to do it. Eventually, flipping turns into also investing for long-term stuff, because obviously, Take for example, let's say you had 5 billion. You're gonna have a hard time flipping all of 5 billion in 4-hour periods, unless you're doing like rares and stuff like that. Which I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of flipping rares. I'll be honest with you. I'm really not a huge fan. I used to be a massive fan of flipping rares when party hats were in the Grand Exchange, because that was awesome. But I don't enjoy standing in the same spot on World 2 and bartering party hats. I tried it a couple times, and I'm just like, this is so boring and stupid. Like, it wasn't fun at all. So my personal my personal preferences is to do like active flips, which I don't really do them anymore that much. Like I said, most of my active flipping is to help out other people, like getting prices for the Patreon members. But for the most part, I just do long-term investing. And so once you get larger amounts of money, then you'll be able to flip, also do long-term investing, also have money to spend on your skilling and stuff like that. But ultimately, what you should be starting with is flipping while also skilling for money. Like flipping while you're doing Slayer tasks in between is a great idea. Also throw in some farming, and then just training skills in general that are gonna. Oh man, you know what? It's been a little while since I clicked the wrong button. Give me that. Yeah, it's do your gathering stuff first. So if you're going for max, do your gathering skills first, and then do your non-gathering skills. Unless you want to focus on combat, then obviously getting prayer and summoning an Herblore up is a good idea. But stuff like crafting or whatever, should probably just wait until like the end, and so that way you're able to you're able to build up money before you burn it. Let's see. What 3 things would you say are for sure items to flip overnight? Would you say are? What do you think? What do you think? Let's see. What do you think of? Let's see. Let's see. What 3 things would you say are for sure to flip overnight? Personally, I've got some luck. Oh, okay. Sorry. I read your thing. I thought about it. And I saw something else I had to address, and then I came back and read your thing again. I would say that the Third Age is really good, really good. What are some other things to do? Other treasure trail items can also be really good too. There are other things that are decent price that are not Third Age. Trying to think of what else is really good. Most of my overnight stuff ends up being, like for RuneScape 3, most of my overnight stuff ends up being like long-term buys. But anything, there's a lot of alchemical things you can buy overnight too, which surprisingly can turn decent amounts of profit if you buy them at the right prices and you pick the right items. But Third Age is really good. I mean, you can fill up your entire GE with Third Age. Trying to think of what are some other specific things that would be really good. Most of the overnight stuff ends up being like higher risk. In my opinion, once you get a little bit more skilled at flipping, and you might be good at flipping. I mean, I'm just saying in general here. If you're a skilled person at flipping, then doing like higher risk things overnight can be very rewarding actually. If it's stuff that you just speculate is going to be going up in the morning, or stuff that you think you'll be able to sell for more. And then you're going to be able to buy large quantities of it. It actually works really nice for old school RuneScape flipping, actually, to be able to buy, like, I will put in offers for tons of resources, and then I will sell them all in the morning. And I've literally been able to like make 50% up to 100% return on my investment doing that. And that's actually how I'm building up my old school RuneScape wealth right now. Let's see. Are merchant groups reliable or riskier than self-merching? That's really vague, Felix. It depends on what type of merchant group you're talking about. Okay, for example, Patreon, like mine, and then like in the Discord and everything. And it's not really a merchant group. It's just kind of like there's a group discussion where people can discuss stuff. We'll post prices and everything, but we don't buy up an item or anything like that. We don't do that stuff. But if you're in a group where they are doing that kind of stuff, just be aware that there's usually people in the group that are going to be doing it a little bit unfairly. Like they're going to be planning on dumping theirs early. They might already stock that up. It's kind of good if you find someone who doesn't care about money. Also, like if your group leader is I don't know. What I can say without getting super long conversation with this is merchant groups in general are not something you want to join unless you know a lot about them and you've also been following them for a little while. If it's just a group that you just go join and they're just like, hey, come join us, and they don't really, and they should ask about your experience. They should ask how much gold you have. They should ask what you plan to do. They should be asking questions about you and getting to know you, and you should feel like they're kind of like not just letting you in right away, because the groups where they're just like, come on in and yeah, just start buying, those people are usually using you to pump that item up. So it's really tough. I would say if you plan on joining merchanting, clans, groups, whatever, just be really careful and know that a lot of them are not legitimate. My goal is to finish maxing agility and dungeoning left and get 120 herbs sitting at 450 million. So you're going to have to you're going to have to actually you're going to need a lot more money than 450 million to get 120 Herblore. I got my 120 Herblore paid for. Like basically it was free, and that is because of the fact that I did it really smart. And if you're interested in finding out how I did it, you can actually look at my video on the YouTube channel that is about 120 Herblore. It'll actually tell you how I did it. But if you're not going to be doing it the free way, then you're going to need a lot of money, like looking at probably like 3 billion or somewhere close to 3 billion. And that's because you're going to be making overloads, a lot of overloads. I would recommend you make as many overloads as you can, because that way you won't have to run out of them. 120 Herblore is not usually someone's first 120, and that's just typically because of the fact that it's very expensive. It can be. And so it might be better to do something that earns you money first, like thieving makes a decent amount of money, and you can flip while you're doing that. Cooking makes good money actually, and you can flip while you're doing that. But yeah, doing a lot of flipping and building up your wealth and everything like that. And then, be careful though, because once you get 3 billion gold, and you just kind of make that decision: do I really want to blow 3 billion gold on Herblore? Because then you're broke. Your money's all gone, and then I don't know. It's a tough call. Like, doing it the way that I did it would probably be my biggest recommendation. So if you were to watch that 120 Herblore video that I posted on there, that's gonna probably help you out a lot as far as trying to save money while doing Herblore. Let's see. What do you think of Fishy, one of the richest RuneScape players before his ban? Fishy is completely fake. He's not legit. Almost all of Fishy's videos are fake. He uses programs and everything to fake his videos and everything. Fishy was never mega uber godly rich. That he never was. And the thing is he's popping back up with all these fake accounts and everything that don't actually have much wealth. Now, don't get me wrong, they have some wealth because he real world trades gold all the time, and then because he buys billions from people to resell it and all this other stuff, and to go dual arena to go make money and then sell it off. I mean, he's not. What do I think of him? I think he's a piece of shit. Is what I think of him. He's a very obvious, very obvious piece of shit. So yes, that is altogether what I feel about him. I would not recommend you pay any attention to any of the stuff that he says at all. I would not say that. I don't really hate on hardly any people who do YouTube for RuneScape because I believe that in the RuneScape community that we should be helping other people. I've had a couple other RuneScape YouTubers that hated on me because of the fact I had a donation based page. Now I was kind of like cry about it. It's whatever. I mean, there's nothing wrong with me having a Patreon page. So I don't know. I don't know why you're being negative to a fellow YouTuber. It's like, I don't understand why you do that. So when I am negative, there's usually a pretty good reason, and for Fishy, it's the reasons I just gave. So, Cantrell, yep. Okay, let's see. There are a lot of portables in Prif now that are less laggy. World 42 is a portal craft, no walking involved. FYI, I would totally go do that one, but the only thing is that I actually have a person with an avatar right next to me. So I will definitely go find a new crafter when I'm going to go back to doing that, but I guess I'll just do some smithing for right now. Jagex started the HSR at 50 million GE, and I remember hearing that the first one sold for 6 or so. They sell down to 1.8 ring, and I guess they will keep going down. They will definitely keep going down, yeah. But there is the answer for your hazelnut seeing it right there. You're awesome, man. Finally a non-selfish RuneScape player. Haha, thanks for all the info, man. Yeah, no problem, Cantrell. No, it's just, I've been playing RuneScape for a very long time. I'm also, I'm not old, but I'm also not a super young player. So I don't have that mentality that I have to make every single pixel out there. Yeah, it's fun, and the reason why I like earning money on RuneScape is because it's fun to do that. And so but what's more fun to me, and I didn't really fully realize this until I made a YouTube channel, is what's really fun to me is to actually help people, like to reach out to people, help people, because I was like, man, this is a really awesome feeling when when people are like thanking me because of the fact they achieved their goals and everything, and the reward, that feeling is a way better than having some extra pixel gold, So, but helping others is why I made this channel, and that's gonna be my goal for the entire time. So. Let's see, right now they are only valuable since they are still so few in the game. Exactly, yep. Suggest some money making for pay to play now. I'm just playing this week. Want to make some mills. Evo Cursis, you can check out the YouTube channel for all of the free videos I've got on there. There's also other YouTubers that post some good money making methods. You can also check out the Patreon in the link in the description in this video, and you can take a look on there, see if that's something you'd like to consider. Anything you pick up on the Patreon, by the way, just goes to support the channel. It makes it so I can spend more time on content creation, which is what I love doing. So you can check out there if you want some money-making methods or help there too. I've been playing RuneScape for about 11 months now. I don't consider myself a great flipper, but it's not hard to get it figured out if you hang out with the right groups, guess the right CCs. Yep, exactly, man, exactly. It's all about learning and just like learning new techniques, learning new things to flip. And yeah, I mean, honestly, look everywhere. When I was learning, like, I still do some learning. I mean, we're always continually learning, and I definitely still do some learning now. But when I was like really getting going, I actually had some pretty good mentors. One of my mentors was one of the richest players in RuneScape ever. So if you know who Chessie018 is, she was actually one of she was probably my main mentor actually. I was actually a member. I was actually a rank in her clan chat. So she actually had a merchanting clan, which was a buyout merchanting clan. And yes, I know the stigma and the black eye that those have, and they were not great things, back in the day. But I was a rank in there, and I learned a lot about flipping, investing, and all that kind of stuff. Because in Chessie's chat, actually, it wasn't just like buying up an item. They also did a lot of flipping, like we were all flipping different items, and we report prices and everything. So that's where I really started to earn a lot of money, and that's where I really started to learn how to do things as far as like investing in merchant and everything. And if you don't know who she is, she had 3,000 Santa hats, and that wasn't her entire bank. She had 3,000 Santa hats and then other stuff, lots of party hats and everything. And she was one of the richest players in the game. I think she might have been the richest player in the game at the time, but she was actually hacked, and then she quit playing after that. So if you actually Google her name, you can find out all about that. Merchant groups don't usually work because of the front running. Yeah, exactly, Aaron. That's very true. That's very true. That's the reason why there's there's two reasons why I did not like, when I started Manatee Gaming, and then I started up Patreon and everything. I have the Discord and stuff. The reason why I decided, because we tested. You guys probably all know this, that you guys probably saw Luchador masks on my channel. And Luchador mask was an item that we had a group of people on the Patreon that we started buying up those Luchador masks. And they were great. They started making a bunch of money. But the only thing is, though, what ended up happening was some people made a lot of money. Actually, quite a few people made a lot of money. Also, some people got burnt. And then some other people kind of neither one. And so what ended up being is overall a negative experience because, the people that ended up getting burnt, which, by the way, regardless of what anybody says about that situation, which has been several months ago by now, by the way, but regardless of what anyone says about that situation, I asked everyone if they were interested in that after a bunch of people requested it. So the only reason why we even did that the first time was because people requested it. And I was like, okay, sure. I mean, we can do this because I've done one before. And so when I did it, they went up a lot, and it was very successful because I know how to do that. But it ended up, honestly, it was a bad idea. It ended up being a bad idea because those same people that were like, yeah, I'm totally fine with it. It could be risky, but yeah, I'm totally okay with it. Blah, blah, blah. Those exact same people ended up being the same people that were like, you're a scammer and a fraud, like as soon as the event ended. So it's like, okay, yeah, we're not doing any of those ever again. Yeah, they, just like Aaron Chesney says, like, it doesn't usually work because of the front running people. It's true, and even if you run an honest group, which you guys can formulate your own opinions about me and my channel and everything, but what I can tell you is that I had no intention in that thing for people to take a loss. I told them there was a possibility of it. It was not going into that we weren't going into that with the intention of like I was going to screw people over or whatever. And that doesn't even actually make sense if you think about it, because the Patreon is not free. It's a donation service. So when people donate into there, that obviously is money in my pocket. That's why Patreon's there. Is to help pay bills and stuff in the real world for content creation. So why would I do something that would make people have a negative experience and quit the Patreon, which means that I don't get any more donations from them? That literally doesn't make any sense. And so if you think about that for a second, it's like, oh, yeah, duh, that makes sense. Well, yeah, obviously he would never do that. So, yeah, it's just, but even if you've got like good people, trying to do the good thing with that, which is not very often. I found it a couple times, not very often. You still end up coming out with a bad image. Like, you still have a bad image at the end of it, because there's always going to be a couple people that are butthurt about it, and they'll be the same people that were like, let's do this thing, and yeah, whatever. Let's see, poke the right buttons on people, you learn what to do. I would say best flip to date was a Santa hat. Yeah, I mean, those are really good for some people, man. I had a friend that made a few billion from those, and he only started out with like, I think he bought like 2 hats, and then he ended up with a few billion after going back and forth with them. Sold everything I had to afford $550 million to buy a Santa hat. 2 weeks later, I had 1.5 bank and left Santa hat market alone. So yeah, sad. You guys probably had like the same situation. I'll watch after this. Thieving right now. Dream 120. Yeah, I mean, honestly, thieving is very fast. It's very fast 120 if you're looking to do that. Who are we talking about? Step away for a minute, Elder. Hopefully you figured out who we were talking about, because I'm not sure who you were referring to. Let's see. Hey man, trying to get into flipping. Where is a good CC to hang out in? Taj Warrior, you can totally try to like join one of the in-game friend chats if you'd like to. You can join the Discord that I have right there. It's actually in the description of this video. You can join the Discord and ask people about if you have questions about it. There's lots of members of the Patreon, or just other YouTube members like subscribers and stuff, that will reach out and help you if you just ask questions on there. I will personally help you on there too. And if you really want to get like a guaranteed, I'm going to start making money right now flipping experience, then you can also consider joining the Patreon too. That's another option as well. And so totally up to you. You can always join the Discord, totally free, and just, be a member of the community. 1 second. I'll answer some more questions as soon as I get these forges. I really wish that at least twice the amount of time, at least 30 seconds of AFK on this Rune 2 Ages, man. Let's see. Sorry for the long-winded post. 200 character limit killed me. No. Feel free. I'm here to chat. Let's see. Eloy says, or Eloy or Eloy. Flipping, bossing, skilling, trying to make some gains. Any specific video suggestions? Love the vids. They definitely helped out a lot. So video suggestions. I would definitely recommend that you watch the Flip for Wealth series. I don't know what that was. Oh, it's the door lock. I would recommend starting with that series because that's really great if you want to learn more about flipping. Also, if you go onto the Patreon page using the link below, go on the front page of the Patreon, go to posts, and then look for free training, and then you will actually see some. I've actually already loaded some investing, some flipping, and some overall wealth building on there that you guys can feel free to go check out. You do not need to be a member on the Patreon to check that out. It's just free content. So there's a few links on there you guys can go check out there for resources, but that will also link you to some of the good videos on investing and stuff that I put out for the YouTube. In the 30-day video challenge, which these are actually linked in that free section on Patreon, like I was saying, in the 30-day video challenge, there are stuff in there about like prioritizing your money-making methods, prioritizing your ways to build wealth, prioritizing just kind of like helping to like funnel in on making more money. So those are some great ways. Those are some great places to start. But overall, if you have specific questions, I can try to guide you to a video for that, or just answer for you. Off topic, I guess, but what would you say the best auras to go after would be? I would say the very first aura you should get is Penance. I think that people's first aura they should get is going to vary depending on what you want to do. But Penance is going to be the best aura that I can like suggest to you, and that's if you're planning on doing any kind of combat ever. Penance is the best combat aura, definitely. Also, Wisdom, the one I've got on right now, is also amazing. If you're not going to be doing any combat at all for a little while, then picking up Wisdom first is also a great idea. Wisdom just gives you like extra EXP for like every single day, so it's really good. Jack of Trades is also not bad. I actually kind of prefer Wisdom myself, but just because you can just click it and go. But if you don't mind doing daily scape and doing daily activities, then you can definitely. Have you found anything yet? Oh, okay, that's fine. I was just asking just that way you weren't not talking because I was talking. Jack of all trades, is going to be a really good option if you don't mind doing the daily escape because it's really quick EXP really fast. But otherwise, just pick out one of the like specialized things. Like say you're going to be say you want to go for 99 mining right now. Maybe grab a mining aura. That's going to be an obvious help right there. Let's see, and yeah, like your Call of Duty now, Vampirism aura is definitely good, but I would say Penance aura is actually better than Vamp. And the reason why I say that is because you pretty much don't run out of prayer when you have Penance on. They can be, obviously, Vamp is better in some situations. Vamp is also really useful if you don't have Soul Split unlocked. I don't know your level and everything like that, so maybe if you're a really low level character, then Vampirism might help you more. But as for a higher level character, Penance is definitely the OP, the business. Daniel S. because that's your name. Haha, I lost some mills on Does Mask. Yeah, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. Like I said in the video, don't buy into it because if you buy into those things back then, they're a risky thing. They're a risky thing. So unfortunately, it does sound like you may have lost a little bit on that. Hopefully, you've made it back on some other things, or maybe some things in the future here. What was my most profitable flip ever? It was actually Luchador Masks was my most profitable flip ever. So the reason why, and I try to avoid this talking about that one time that we bought up stuff on the channel, but the reason why I chose that is because I had already pumped those alone before. So when I said I put 20 billion into an item, the 20 billion into the item was Luchador Masks. And so I bought them at like 225,000 or 200,000, like it was somewhere right around there. Some probably less than 200,000, and they went to about 4 million each. And so that's how I went from 20 billion to 200 billion. And I know those numbers don't add up, but I do not remember exactly how many I had or what I sold or bought all of them at or whatever. That was literally a while. That was quite a while ago. But that's the reason why I chose that as like our group thing to do as a group, is because I already knew how to pump that one. And so yeah, that is my top secret thing of how I went from 20 billion to 100 to 200 billion. I basically, I went 10 times my bank. So if you've done that, like the one guy in there, which was he was talking about doing that with Santa hats. It was Demon Mitt. He said, he went from 550 million to 1.5 billion. So if you think about what he did right there, where he went 3 times his bank, I mean, essentially, I just did like the very similar thing, but it went to 10 times my bank, which was mind blowing, and I was screaming like a little schoolgirl. Let's see. What quests or quest line would you say are crucial for wealth building? In my opinion, I would say stuff like Prip and Curses. I've also just recently started the Arc, which some of the rewards seem well worth it. As far as wealth building, I would definitely say getting curses should be like a priority. A fast track way of doing that would be to just start grinding combat, start grinding, like for a brand new account would be like start grinding combat, mage and everything, unlock ancients, go out in the abyss, knock out 99 agility, 99 magic, 99 defense, 99 HP. Once you have those, finish unlocking all of the curses, and then you're basically ready to just go at it and go AFK some stuff, which can earn you quite a bit of money by AFKing monsters, and also give you massive amount of DXP if you're AFKing the right things. So definitely, I would totally agree with the 2 you just said. Prif and curses are definitely the way to go if you're trying to build up some cash. And Prif is actually more about what the things that you unlock. Not really the parts of the city itself, but the things that you unlock to use outside the city are kind of like the important things for that. But yeah, those definitely be my recommendations there. Having the max cape in general does help a lot too. So obviously, if you're getting closer to max and you're considering like starting to go for like big bank and everything like that, then I would definitely recommend that you finish off your max cape because it can be really, really useful just to be able to bank super quick. Why not Vamp as your first? Oh, I already answered that one. Bone Crusher Demon Horde keeps your prayer up too. That does, but there are some good monsters to go kill and bosses and stuff that don't drop bones, or they don't drop enough bones. If you think about like a lot of bosses, like even God Wars dungeon bosses, you'd be kind of hard pressed to be able to keep your prayer up high enough without potions and everything to be able to use a tier 95 prayer and also soul split. But if you have penance going on, then you can just feel free to just blow all your prayers at all times, which makes it a very relaxed experience, and also you'll be able to really get as far as possible and be able to make as much you'll be able to kill stuff very fast. In fact, you don't have to worry about prayer; you just go all out. But yeah, Demon Horn and Bone Crusher is definitely really nice, and also by the time you have Demon Horn, Bone Crusher, and curses and everything, you're probably not going to be thinking about your first aura, I would hope. So that's also another reason why penance is kind of like the first one, stuff like that. Time for the real questions. Pepsi or Coke? Definitely Coke. Pepsi tastes like syrupy bleh. Pineapple on your pizza? Hell yes. Boobs or butt? Both are great, but nice ass is definitely like a game winner. My friends over here like favorite color? Blue. Blue is my favorite color. Sky blue, actually, and then my second favorite color is green. Best monsters to AFK, Cantrell. Abyssal demons are definitely good, as Demon Mitt suggests. There are a lot of different monsters you can choose to AFK. I'm actually about to. I'm actually working on Aquanites right now, so my Aquanites count I think right now is like 10.8 thousand because I literally just started them. But as I'm working towards my 120 farming, I've always wanted to have 60,000 Aquanites because I really enjoy working on the quick chat stuff. So like the arc numbers, like how many bamboo you cut or whatever, just dumb stuff like that. I really enjoy working on that because it's kind of like you're working on EXP, but then you're also working on something else to go with it. So that's why I kind of like working on that stuff. So the Slayer monsters are something else I like to work on as well. And so I really wanted to get my 60,000 Aquanites done before I hit 120 farming or whatever, because then obviously it would kind of suck to go, try to do all. Let's say I have 200 million farming, and I'm like, hey, I should do Aqua Knights now. That's a lot of farming I just wasted. So I can save myself a ton of money and stuff. And you can completely AFK those too, by the way. There are definitely better things to AFK than that. There's actually actually on the Patreon I have some more things that I do suggest people to go AFK. But Abyssal Demons are a really good way to start it out, just for something rather basic. Dark Beasts are also really good to do. Dark Beasts are surprisingly actually really great to do, because if you use Legendary Familiar, you make quite a bit of money. They also drop a lot of coins, so if you get that new gold accumulator from Dungeoneering that's going to be able to give like infinite gold accumulator, that's going to be really useful, because the fact that you'll be able to pick up all those stacks of cash, which is going to be freaking awesome for Dark Beasts. So, but really, the big thing with doing AFK stuff, by the way. And there are a lot of people that run into issues when trying to AFK things. They're like, oh, I don't seem to be able to get the rates that people are getting, or I don't seem to be able to AFK them because I die, or whatever. Just make sure that before you really go AFK stuff for a long period of time, that you have all of the requirements done. And I know that can suck sometimes, because you're like, I can go AFK these right now, and just, I'll bring some extra something or another to make up for what I'm missing. And what you might be missing is like a couple levels, and then also maybe you have to go unlock something from Dungeoneering, or maybe you have to go get Seed Aside and you don't want to go do it right now. It's way better to unlock this stuff first, so that way you can just start AFKing and do it the right way and have no issue AFKing. And that's really going to be my best suggestion I can give you guys. Where AFK the stuff that you are going to be able to fully AFK. You've already got everything unlocked for it, and you are ready to go. And then just kind of work on adding more things to that. Let's see. What monsters are good for money but aren't PVM? That doesn't make any sense, Technic. What monsters are good for money but aren't PVM? PVM means player versus monster. So I don't know. Fish, trees. Just your question doesn't make any sense, man. You gotta. Okay, ask me again. But a different question, obviously. For lower level stuff, Steel Dragons is something I did for a while. You take no damage if you answer fire. Make sure you use magic. Yeah, you can definitely kill Steel Dragons. Just be careful of those, because Steel Dragons, if you accidentally forget about your anti-dragon potions, then yep, that kind of sucks. I would say I've been there, but I don't think I have. It's not somewhere I'd like to be. I've definitely been in Mithril Dragons and completely did not pay attention to my anti-dragon and got roasted, so that was kind of fun. So there is a surefire way on the Patreon to make some gold. I will look at that. No, yeah, there definitely is, especially if you get the money making method pass, then you can actually access that list immediately. And there's tons of methods on there. And there's methods on there that make 10 million per hour or higher. It's a lot of variety, though. There's also methods on there that make a ton of money. There's also methods on there that you can use for an alt, like a brand new account, or like a fairly new account, or whatever. There's a lot of different options, and it just keeps on adding more things. You guys got to remember that the Patreon is actually it's 17 or 18 months old now, so it's been around for a long time. There's a lot of stuff that's been added to it. So as far as that goes, yes. Depending on which pass you pick up, you can get immediate money making on there. And as far as are you guaranteed to make money? Yeah, you're guaranteed money. You are guaranteed money as long as you follow what it is. So if you get the flip mastery lists and you actually flip the items that are provided and everything, you will earn money doing that. So. And then the money making methods, as long as you actually try the money making methods, it'd be pretty hard to not make money. It's like the best way to not make money would be to fall asleep on your computer. I heard that's a really great way to not make money. Would you say the auto-loading dwarf cannon is worth getting from artisans? Yes, definitely worth getting. Number one, it's super awesome if you're using a cannon for Slayer, or if you're planning on AFKing something with a cannon. It's definitely worth getting, but also it's worth getting if you ever plan to, get a trim completionist, because you have to unlock that for that anyway. So you kind of do two birds, one stone. In my opinion, go ahead and unlock it now. I've already got mine. It's freaking awesome. I love it. I don't regret going and doing that. It definitely takes a long time. So recommendations as far as that is, pick a good movie to watch. What's going on? So is that the highest buyer, 75 cents? Man, this dropped so much. Wow. Okay, if top person is 75, wait, those are all limited. Go down to first edition. 189. Put the first editions in the sell pile, and if there are any unlimiteds, put those in the 75 cents guy. Are those both first? Okay, then put them in the sell pile. I'll sell those online rather than do the 75 cents. Let's see. Do you know how to run 2 RuneScape clients on one Mac? Yes, Ethan, because I do that myself. I run as many clients as I want to on the Mac. Okay, so there's 2 ways to do it. Yeah, 2 ways. Have 2 different clients. So you have like your RS3 NXT client, which is the one you guys see right now, and then you can also have the Legacy client. And then so you can play RS3 on both of those. You can play the Legacy and the NXT. That's one way to do 2 at the same time. Another way to do it is to write your own script so that it actually overrides the Mac's inability to open the same window. So what I did is I actually wrote a script in the script editor, and you can actually just Google how to do that, and it's really not hard. You don't actually have to have any kind of coding background. But you can literally code your own you can code an icon that will launch, and then you will actually be able to launch as many RuneScape windows as you want. That is definitely the easiest way to go and the best way to go in my opinion, because the fact that then you can just have them all be NXT and not have to worry about using Legacy client, which if you have a Mac and you've tried using Legacy client, you know that it bogs down the computer. So that would be my recommendation, is just to literally just Google how to open more than one window, and you will find an option to code it for yourself. And it's not hard to do. It's really not hard to do. Oh yeah, Ethan, you are a freaking genius. I should do a video on that. Ethan, you're hired. All right, Ethan, submit your job application. You are hired for Manatee Gaming. I'm writing that down. Wow, that is, why did I not think of that? How to open 2 RuneScape windows. Idiot. That idiot is for me because I didn't think about doing that. Wow. Wow. That's obviously a good video. All right, you're my manager now, Ethan. You need to tell me what to make. What's our next project, Ethan? All right, so let's see. What are go-to flipping items if you only have 20 or 30 million? So the go-to thing at 20 or 30 million is going to be go to do some Slayer. Doing grinding, like skill grinding, is going to be far more efficient at that amount of money. But you can definitely flip. What I would recommend flipping at that is just stick to resources and stuff like that, like doing potions, doing like some other stuff. I mean, just stick to cheaper things that you can buy a large quantity of. That's going to be able to have good margins. As far as like the Patreon thing, as far as the flip mastery list, like the lists that go out to you, we do provide items on there that are for people with banks like that. So that you can flip on those lists no matter how much you have. If you have 1 million gold, you can flip on those lists. So that's one way to look at it. Otherwise, literally just start thinking of things that are like higher volume that you can flip a whole bunch of. Rune bars, not a good idea for only 20 or 30 million. I'm trying to think of something else. You can do rune 2Hs actually, but flip. It's hard to say what exactly it is because the margins on items change every day. So what's really good one day might not be the greatest the next day. I can't even talk. Anything in this would give me an idea? Seeds actually are great for that bank. So if you were to do seeds, that actually is a great idea. You can elder seeds, for example, sometimes have margins of up to 50,000 each, which is insane, and you can flip 100 of them. Every 4 hours, so that's just easy bank money. Yeah, no, I mean, Here's the issue, guys. When people ask, like, oh, what should I be flipping for this amount of money? Or what should I be flipping for this amount of money? The best things to flip vary each day, so it's kind of tough to tell. And a lot of the really good items that are just always good, like Nex armors, are always really good to do. Third age pieces are always really good to do. Dyes, those are always really good to do. Like you have to have a higher amount of money for to really be able to suggest those specific items like that. But honestly, just flip whatever earns a good profit that you're able to buy a decent amount of, and don't worry about having to buy a full buy limit of them. By the way, like if say you want to flip some things and you don't have enough money for the full buy limit, then just split it in two. So if the buy limit's 1,000, then maybe you buy 500 and sell 500, buy 500, sell 500. You can also do that too. Remember that you've got 4 hours. That's something else, like a quick little flipping detour here. Remember that you have 4 hours. Did I say 6? I think I said 6, didn't I? Yeah, I did. So you have 4 hours. You've got 4 hours to be able to successfully finish buying all of that limit. So the way the buy limit works, by the way, if you're unaware of how the buy limit works, is the first item that you buy. So if that's you price checking or whatever, the very first item that you buy is going to start your 4-hour buy limit. So what happens is at that point, 4 hours from when you bought that item, you're going to be able to buy a new buy limit. It doesn't really matter how many you've bought in between. You're going to get a brand new restarted buy limit at that point 4 hours later. So with that in mind, when it comes to you trying to, you're like, man, these items aren't buying very quickly or whatever, you've got 4 hours to finish buying them. So don't really rush it and just try to get good margins in that sense. Let's see. Go pop with the Slayer creature. Yeah. What Demon Myth there said is a great idea. Just read what he said right there. Yep, a lot of that. Let's see. I just came back to RuneScape after a long break. Only had 20 and 30 million per bond I buy. Only make 20 and 30. Oh, I got you, Tosh. I got you. So Tosh, what I can recommend, man, is just to really work on your skills and really focus on the skills that earn money. So don't really. So trying to think of how to say this to you. Okay. So what the situation you're in, Tosh, is something that you can probably call like the bond gutter or something. I mean, you can call it the bond whirlpool. The bond trap. Like you can call it whatever you want to. Where every time you start saving up some cash, then you gotta go buy a bond, and you're like, great, or there's all my money. Great. Now I only made like X amount of money. I just basically went back in time. I basically had to like go backwards, and then go. So what I recommend not doing is I recommend not doing stuff that's pure money and doing stuff that gives you money but also gives you EXP that will help you towards making money faster. That way you're going to be able to get yourself out of that cycle. If you're working on Slayer and you're grinding Slayer, eventually Slayer earns a lot of money. If you were to literally AFK-ish Abyssal demons, you can literally make 5 to 6 million gold per hour by killing Abyssal demons. So you can pay, like when bonds are normally 12 million or whatever, you can literally buy a bond in 2 hours. So once that happens, you're golden, and then you can work on really building your account without having to worry about buying bonds and stuff like that. And eventually, bonds wouldn't even be a thought. Like, I actually pay for my membership with cash, and I don't really know why, but I do. I don't really know why, but anyway. But if I wanted to, I could pay in bonds, and I wouldn't even actually notice the bonds gone. I really wouldn't even notice the money missing. I literally wouldn't. So when you get to that point, you want to get towards that point. So work on building your account. That way you can put more distance in between how much you're having to spend in the bond and how much you're actually saving. Let's see. Just write my name down. Damn 710. Wait, what are you guys talking about? My RS client lets me open up at least 3. Most I've tried on Windows 10. Yeah, Brandon, we were talking about Mac. So if I spend half of that on a bond and the rest of my Herblore skills, I'm always poor. Yeah. So as far as that too, man, Tosh, like try doing stuff that's not going to cost you money to train in the beginning. Like grinding Slayer, that doesn't cost you really anything. I mean, you'll have to buy some gear, but it'll pay for itself with the Slayer drops and all that kind of stuff like that. So grind on the stuff that's going to like earn you money first. Torva or Malevolent? That's a tough choice. They're both for different uses. So you can ask me whatever.
I found
That's the wrong class of dino. You're looking at, okay, that's the right one, but the strike zone, that's not the right one. That's secret. Oh wait, what? Oh wait, that's because you're not buying the other one. Because you have it right. That's correct. They just don't have it on that. So just remember to look at the set and everything. So 50 cents the top buyer?
5 cents.
5 is the top person? Oh, because they're only buying. Oh, there's an ultra. Oh, okay, just put those in the keep pile, I guess. That sucks. Torva or Malevolent. Torva is going to be a better option for augmenting as far as doing Slayer. Malevolent is going to be better for doing bossing. That's the answer to that one. I guess that's what you're asking. I saw you a few weeks ago and said, "Fuck Oak Dice." Ha ha ha. Hey, there goes my PG-13. Oh, wait, no, still PG-13. We just have. Eventually, it'll be worse. It'll be rated R by the time we get done with this. You know what? Very, very briefly on the Oak Dice situation, because I obviously don't want to have I don't really feel like having a massive conversation about that and keeping on bringing it up and reviving it from the graveyard. But the thing is with that is he's just a drama bitch, and that's really all there is to it. And honestly, he really can't even deny that. His channel is literally all about ripping into other people, and then he just gets views off that. So the fact that he rips into other people for money, he should probably be hosting in the video about himself here pretty soon. So moving into the next thing. Holy crap, you're so underrated. It hurts me. Oh, hey, man. Thank you. I appreciate that. Nymphakis, I think. Do you think Black Santa hat will reach party hat prices? Yes. It pretty much has already surpassed most party hat prices like what they were. Do I think it'll actually get to up with the party hats? I think there will be a period of time in the near future where Black Santa hats do have a very small difference, because if there was only 1,000. Oh man, I just grabbed this freaking crafting shit. Look, see, we're already getting deeper in the PG-13. I told you guys, it's getting later. Watch out. Hide your wife, hide your kids. All right, so Black Santa hat. There was only 1,000 of them upon release. So there are a lot of party hats. People are convinced there's not that many party hats in the game. There's quite a few party hats in the game. So there's only 1,000 Black Santa hats to start off with. So that gives them the ability to be quite rare and to be able to catch up to party hats at determined price. As far as passing some party hats, I don't really see that happening. But catching up to them, so there's much less of a difference in their prices. Yeah, I could definitely see them being not too much lower than a purple eventually. Let's see, smithing, because I can't. I got a text. It was just thank you. You know what? I hate it when people just say thank you on a text, because it's like, hang on, I gotta whip out, I gotta look at my messages and everything and see what someone said. Thank you. Oh, God damn it! I just wasted all that time just to see thank you. Black Santa was always below party hats. If you keep your eyes, just like party hats could be one day toe-to-toe the purple. Okay, he literally said the same thing I did. That's awesome. If you're thinking about investing in one's good long-term option, but also puts away a couple billion just one item, prefer to keep my gold spread out. Exactly. I also made a video about that actually in the 30-day challenge. That way, I recently got lucky with some of the lower rare flipping turkeys. Yep, and I actually know why turkeys went up. Is because they were pumped. They were manipulated, which is pretty much how every rare rises. So, shocker. Let's see. I don't flip. I've never been able to get into it. I just PVM, so I was thinking about sticking some cash in a big item. I wanted a white, but that's around 15 billion. A little bit too much for me. Yeah, when it comes to buying stuff like that, you just gotta so say you had 15 billion, you just gotta remember that 15 billion's gone. and also, let me throw this out to you. Unless you play no life RuneScape, you just no life RuneScape, you play all day long, that's all you do, or whatever, or you stake, or you manipulate stuff, or you do something against the rules like scamming people or something, or maybe last case scenario is going to be you do flipping and merching and investing. Those are the only ways you are going to hit big numbers. That's it. That's the only way you're going to hit big numbers, is by playing way too much RuneScape, merching and investing, staking, or doing something against the rules. When it comes to when you say, I'm not really into flipping and investing, I'm not really into it, I would highly recommend you try to do it, because it is literally just the fast track to making money. It is extremely easy to earn money that way. And yes, some people do struggle with it in the beginning of it, but it's one of those things where, a lot of things are really difficult in the beginning, and then they get a lot easier later on. And flipping is one of those things that always feels really, really awesome when you succeed at it. Like when you make a big flip and you're like, man, I just made all that money. Like what if back when I had 20 billion, if I was like, I'm just gonna be done. I'm not gonna flip ever again. Then I never would have bought luchador masks, and I never would have hit triple-digit billions. That would have never happened. It literally would not have happened because I would not have played that much. And I also merged, flipped, invested, stuff like that to get to 20 billion. Which, by the way, one of the ways I massively increased my wealth in the beginning, which so a lot of people ask this question, how did I start to get towards that number also, was because I invested for double experience weekends. That was one way that I really blew up my money. I had 3 billion that I put into Wine of Zamorak, and then I ended up buying them for 2,500 to 2,600. And then that next double XP, they hit 8,500. And then obviously they went way higher than that in the next one, but I was already extremely happy at 8,500. I basically tripled my money on that one. I went from like the 3 billion I put into that was almost 9 billion after that. And then, from doing everything else and all that stuff like that. So it's one of those situations where what if I did not want to invest? I did not want to flip. I did not want to buy into Wine of Zamorak. Then I would have never made essentially 6 billion gold by doing very little work at all. Like literally, all I did was throw some offers in the Grand Exchange. Every once in a while, update them for price, and that's it. That's all I did. So, it's way easier than grinding Slayer for the next 20,000 years. Let's see. Time to grab a drink. Good live stream. Good luck in double XP. Yeah, hey, have a good one, Midor. I think that's your name, Mador. Man, everybody's got some weird-ass names on YouTube, but you're a really cool guy. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out. Dalton, I've been running dailies buying from shops selling a GE that's making just under 2 million a day, but I'm also training Slayer. When does Slayer really become profitable? I'm currently 63. You'll notice Slayer become considerably more profitable at 85 because of the fact you'll be able to do Abyssal Demons and some other things. But Slayer becomes really, really, really good money at about 95 because then you're getting Ganos with everything else. Even 90 is really good money as well. Pretty much 85 and up, and it'll continuously rise as you go higher. That's where you're really going to be seeing some profits. Also, as far as Slayer, it's not just about what you kill. It's also about how you do it. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, it's also about how you do it. So remember to work on being efficient. Don't pick up if you see a 500 gold drop on the ground. Don't pick that up. That's not worth, because by the time you went over and you picked that 500 GP drop up, you could have already killed another 1, maybe 2 monsters. Because a lot of things die really quickly. Also, if you don't have Tuska's Wrath from the Tuska's minigame, go stop slaying and go buy that, because Tuska's Wrath is a one-hit kill to nearly everything. It really, really, really speeds up the overall progress. So it's work on your setup for Slayer as well, not just doing Slayer. That way you're able to do Slayer faster, and in the long run, it's well worth whatever time you spent making it faster. Let's see. I'm on and off of flipping. It's back and forth about every 2 weeks. I almost ignore flipping and focus on PPM, bossing, and AFK Slayer. Next 2 weeks, spend AFK on GE. I just simple things and flipping a ton. Slayer becomes profitable at level 55 and 60, 75, 82, 85, 92, and 92. Yeah, it's true, but I would honestly just say 85 and above in my personal opinion. And then 90 it becomes really good because of the fact that Morven. I mean, yes. Slayer does progressively increase in value, but you'll see a major jump at the 85 point, and then again at 90. You see, used to love him, saw your video on him, and now I don't trust any finished videos. Saw his video on me. Yeah, you gotta understand that literally, he makes videos not because he is trying to do something good for the community. That's bullshit. He makes videos because it's gossip and it'll have clicky bait titles, and then people will go and like watch the next dirt. You know, it's like Dr. Phil. Nobody actually watches Dr. Phil because they hope that these people on Dr. Phil get better. They go watch Dr. Phil because they want to see Dr. Phil insult some bitch. You know, like that's the reason why people watch Dr. Phil, is they want to see some like crazy bitch go on Dr. Phil and be like, I need more crack cocaine and I don't know how to stop crack cocaine. And then Dr. Phil's like, you're a dumbass, and your daughter thinks that you need some intervention, so I'm gonna stick my boot up your ass. So like that is, you know, like we watch Dr. Phil for that reason, and that's also the reason why people watch his channel, is because they want to see him flame people. So that's what he does. He just does it. So yes, yeah, there you go. Told you guys, we're getting closer and closer to rated R. Closer and closer. I'm not even sure what I have to say for it to be rated R, but we'll keep it PG-13. So is cleaning herbs 99 Herblore really good money? No, Tosh, please, sweet Jesus, do not do that. If you were going to clean herbs to 120, or to 99, I mean, oh God, clean herbs to 120, Jesus, your hand would fall off. Do it on old school RuneScape, I can say. I mean, I wouldn't recommend doing that. There's a lot of other ways to make more money now. Is Patreon a contract thing? Bills and life can hit unexpectedly. You know how I can get out if I need be. Finally out, got home, about to get on myself. Says Eloy Melendez. You know, I can say your last name. I'm not sure how to say the first name. Contract? No, there's no contract. No, it's a donation service. Literally, there's nothing hidden on there. You can join whenever you want to. You can quit whenever you want to. And yeah, that's it. So that's just basic. It is. There's literally no, you have to do this and you have to do that. There's none of that. So no, it's a 100%. It's the exact same thing as if I was streaming on Twitch right now and you guys were like, here's $5 because I think you're cool. Well, the only thing is, like, instead of that, I'm killing him so much with these, just knock him out of the park. Instead of me being like, oh man, yeah, you're great for giving me $5 for no reason. Instead of me saying that, I'm giving you content. You know, so if you're like, Manatee Gaming, here's $15 to go buy 7 beers from wherever I can buy that for $15. That would be really cool. And then I will drink a bunch of beers and then help you out with making a bunch of money. No, but in all seriousness, no, there's nothing that ties you to it, or, you know, like keeps you from getting out of it or whatever. Let's see. Let's see. They get pumped. Wow, explains a lot. And the second time I bought early and got a pump, make bank. Oh, I got to think of another item to buy. Yep, there you go. You pronounced the name right the first time. Oh, cool, man. I'm amazed. I didn't think I was going to. I think being good at Telos brings in 40 to 80 million an hour roughly. Definitely. Otherwise, opening up is good GP per hour. Following what you said. Telos is actually about 30. Most people that are really good at Telos are going to be 30 million per hour, and even most people that are really good at Telos don't even make that. So to be able to say like you make an average of like something above 30 would be a stretch. And also, when it comes to Telos, like a lot of bosses, it's really based on your luck. I'm not saying that Telos is a bad thing to do, and if you are like maxed out, got your SOS, augmented everything, you're ready to go, you've got everything you need to do Telos, and you're really good at PVM, then stick to doing that. That is a great idea, and you make a lot of money by doing Telos. I'm in no way saying that Telos is a bad thing to do. He is definitely probably the best thing to do as far as, you know, overall, like, you know, if you were not going to flip and invest in stuff like that, and you were like, I don't want to do that, then I would probably say AOD and Telos is where you should be hanging out. Let's see. Do you own a party hat set? No, I do not. And I don't because I don't want to cause any manipulation by saying this. But the thing is like, most people cannot afford the current price for party hats. And usually what happens when that happens is that the bubble pops. If you have any experience with the stock market and you understand like a bubble theory or just like a bubble market, then you understand what I'm talking about. But basically, it's overvalued. It's pretty seriously overvalued in some cases. Like, you know, blue actually went down. Blue hit 20 billion and then like went down. a bit. So, and it might be back up. I have not paid attention in like 2 weeks. But no, I don't. I don't have them. I don't buy into them. The thing is, like, if I take 15 billion right now and I go buy something, if I take 15 billion right now and I go buy a white, am I going to double my money? No. If I take 15 billion right now and I go put it into something else that I know will double my money or come really close, a really good chance, that's a better investment. You know, that's far better an idea. Dude, you can just tell me.
Uh,
This is Brian. He's learning ecom.
so,
4080, gosh, hope one day I can make that with BPML. Is training mining on double XP worthwhile? DZOP, I would say no. The only way that I would train mining on double XP is if you don't have like the higher methods unlocked. If you already have like 88 or 89 or whatever unlocked, then I would not train mining. Easiest way to make 12 to 15 million per hour GP 3 accounts at Abbey Demons. You can definitely do that. You can definitely do that if you want to. Let's see. At 83, you get spiritual mages. You get about 2 million per hour. Yep, you can definitely do spiritual mages, but you're not guaranteed to get that. Do I like Selena Gomez? I think she's pretty hot. I don't like her music because I don't really like poppy music, but she's pretty good looking. Justin Bieber was lucky, I guess, but when Justin Bieber dated her, she looked like a 12-year-old. So maybe he wasn't lucky. That's a twist in the story. Yeah. So let's see. The amount of time invested to get 3 accounts to 85 / other requirements to get AFK demon requirements on, I don't think it's worth GP or hour. I mean, that's very true, because by the time that you did all the requirements to get 3 accounts to 85, you could probably have like a different thing set up. Give me 1 second, guys.
one on
That's the highest one. And then what's the... Wow. It's really depressing. Go ahead and put it in there. Yeah. Let's see. Best Dr. Phil impression I've ever heard since Nam. There you go. Dr. Phil impressions. That's my new channel. I was talking about the Herblore skill clip, which we can clean it full inventory in 1 click, making so you can make 30,000 herbs per hour. Yes, you can definitely do that. Okay, so correction. I thought you were talking about cleaning 299 Herblore, which I thought that's what you typed, but maybe it's not. Because you have to have the Herblore cape, which is 99, in order to do that. At that point, I would say not to waste your time, because you should avoid doing things that earn money and not XP, and that earns no XP. So I would avoid doing that, because it's more worth it to do something else that is maybe even a little bit less GP per hour, but is massive EXP, or just a lot more EXP than what you get doing that. I would stick to things that are going to be progressing your account, because if you think about it, you're like, why do I need the money to unlock something for my account? Maybe I need the money to get 92 prayer unlocked or whatever. Maybe I want the money so that I can buy 99 crafting. Here's the problem with doing a money making method that earns no money, and then spending that money on a skill. The problem with that is the fact that you could have actually just done that skill in that time and done a slightly less expensive and slower method, and it would have taken you about the same amount of time. So like that's the kind of the problem there. And also in my this is on the Patreon in the free section, and then also on my 30-day challenge section of the YouTube channel, you can actually see a video where I discuss not doing crap money-making methods, and that would actually qualify as a crap money-making method. I'm not saying by any means that I'm not trying to insult you about your idea of doing that as a money-making method. I'm just giving you my reasons, and that's the reason why that one is kind of considered to be a crap one, is because of the fact you don't get any EXP for doing it. Get 1 account to it while AFKing them for money. You train a second account to 1 to get 30 out of it. Yeah, I mean, you can totally do that, RS Pro, but there are other things that you can do for 5 million per hour on an account that does not require going all the way to 85 Slayer and on all the gear that you have to have. Because you got to think about it. If you're going to be AFKing them, then you're going to have like decent gear. Also, Mage is going to be probably the best way to AFK Abbey Demons. If you're not AFKing, Melee is a duh. But if you are AFKing them, then using Mage is probably going to be your best bet, because of the fact that you will be able to tank them quite well. And then also the AoEs for Mage are far better than the AoEs for Melee if you're going to be AFKing. So you can totally do that on 3 accounts and go do 3 Mages, and that's Not bad, though, because getting Ancients and everything doesn't really take that long, in all honesty. And then going from Ancients to 99 Magic and Defense is actually fairly quick. But your main problem is going to be getting your 85 Slayer on all the accounts. Tosh Warrior, that's one of those things that Manatee Gaming talked about in one of his early 30 days. Yep, there you go. Demon Mitt, you're hired too. Man, you and Ethan. You guys, all right, I'm buying a warehouse. I'm going to buy a small office building. You guys are going to come work there. All right, it's not really worth making the 2 to 4 million per hour money making stuff. You get no XP from it. Yep, Jesus. I mean, Demon Mitt, you were like, it's like you are Manatee Gaming Jr. Let's see. To add on what Manatee said, if you watch the price of purple, it's gone up 3 billion in 3 months. Bubble's going to pop. That price is stupid. Yep, there you go. Wait, how are you able to make 5 million per hour Abbey Demons? You can very, very easily. Oh, and Demon Mist says no clue. Yeah, I can teach you guys something. All right, so how to make that much money at Abbey Demons? It's about a couple different things. Number one, having all the proper gear and everything, and also you have to understand that 5 or 6 million per hour is based on having max stats and also having a scythe. And then also, having some power armor, and you've got your 295 prayers. You don't have to have the big expensive ones for like you don't have to have the max prayers unlocked. You can do it with like turmoil and stuff like that. But having having overloads and having all that stuff set up. So what you do is you go to the very top of the Slayer Tower with your scythe. You go to the very top. Make sure that you use the Ectoplasmator. It's definitely worth using. So use that. Have like Spring Cleaner. Have all that stuff to make it so you don't have to make it so that a lot of the stuff on the ground gets sent somewhere. So that way you're having to loot less. And then what you do is bring some Alk Runes with you, and then simply run into like the kind of the center area. If you watch a video on it, you can definitely find a video where they will show you where to stand. I haven't made one yet, but I guess I could do that too. Ethan, where are you with these suggestions? What you do is you run over there, activate an aggro potion, so an aggression potion, and then once you activate aggression potion, then what will happen is they will all pile on top of you, and then when they pile on top of you, just keep on rotating your AOE moves with like your AOE thresholds, and then using your ultimate whenever you have the availability to use the ultimate for everything that hits multiple targets with the scythe. And then you'll be able to kill them extremely fast, and then if you actually count your GP per hour by using metrics or whatever, you will see that you are getting 5 to 6 million per hour. But it has a lot to do with what your stats are, and your setup, and make sure you're doing everything properly. Don't be surprised if your first time you go there and you're like, hey, I made 4 million, that's really good. And you'll eventually get up to 5, and then 6 is kind of tough to hit, but you can definitely hit 6 for sure. Let's see. Why does it say you have 60 summoning? Oh, it says that because that is probably. Let me look. You know what? Oh, summoning points. That's my points. That's my like special bar. That's not my actual summoning. My summoning is. It doesn't say, but I have 62 million summoning, whatever that equals, because I totally forgot how much that is. Let me check my clan avatar. Nah. Where'd he go? He says he's here, or it says he's here, but he is not. Let's see. How stoked are you about the app coming out? Like extremely stoked. Now I don't have to bring my laptop to the bathroom with me. I'm extremely excited, like super, super excited, because I'll tell you what, I don't play RuneScape all day. How hard that may be for some of you to believe, and not saying anything wrong if you guys do want to play RuneScape all day. It's your life. You can do however you want to with it, and I'm not going to make fun of you or anything like that. But I don't enjoy playing RuneScape for the entire day, and it's just simply because I don't want to sit in front of a computer the entire day. I like to go out and do stuff. I like to travel. I have like my business stuff that I need to work on and everything. So for those are way too sexy to sell. Put those in the keep pile. Aren't they though? Look at those things. Those are sexy. Super rare, the tools and everything. And like it's only the tools. I don't know, I like it. I'm playing the game for way too long. Anyway, keep those. They're way too hot. Alright, so I don't remember what I was saying. Oh yeah, with the app. So the fact that I'll be able to actually go outside while still being able to AFK something on RuneScape is gonna be really cool. I'm not going to try to boss or anything on there, but I will totally AFK some stuff. So, you know, I'll knock out fishing 200 million or something like that. That's probably going to be the first thing I do. That's not his level. He changed the display. There you go. Yes, as you said with flipping, don't rush. Always check and research the item. Don't want big losses. Yes, Matthew. My goal in helping you guys out with like the videos, with whatever I try to help you guys out with, I want you guys to earn money. That is the idea. Because if you guys earn money, then you hang out in the channel, you like the channel. You know, that's obviously a good concept. That's a good idea. That's a good strategy to make the channel grow. Yes, take your time with flipping. So don't rush into it. I'm not gonna try suggesting things that you guys are like that will be too risky. And I always let people know whenever I post something like a video or something like that. I'm always like, you know what, guys, watch out. This is a risky thing. You can earn money here, but this is risky. Demon Mid. Oh man, I don't know why the chat keeps on going like way down here. Let me see. Can I make this chat like bigger or something? No. Oh, that's weird. Man, the chat thing for YouTube is down. Oh no, you don't try to come up here and take my room. These people are up here on. So okay, if you guys can't tell where I'm at because it's pretty dark and I can't actually see what you guys can see. Hang on one second. Let me see what you guys can see. All right. Okay. So yeah, you can't tell, but actually I'm on the rooftop of my building. So this is like the clubhouse. There's my friend Brian right there working next to me. What's up? What's up, Brian? What's up? Yeah. So we're up here chilling on the clubhouse that's on top of the building. So there's some people that walked by and they had like a bunch of wine and everything, and they looked in the room like they're going to come here, and I'm like, no, I'm doing stuff right now. So give me 1 second. I'll get back into the questions. I was rudely interrupted by these people trying to enjoy wine with their friends. Who has friends? Get out of here. Let's see. We gotta chat sometime. Mines are in sync because the delay. I think I say what I think, and then you come in and explain why. Yeah, I literally you literally are saying like the exact same things. I can't actually. I don't see your chat until I go back in. So I'm like, hey, look, you said the exact same thing. Let's see. It's dark. It's panic. It's dark outside. It is actually dark up here. It is. Does anyone know if you can do Nex without Void? Yes, you can easily do Nex without Void. I've actually never done Nex without Void, and I've soloed Nex over 100 times. I've never even used Void. I know Void is good, but I've never actually done it on her. 90 range prayer defense, no overloads, but terrible gear. Yeah, no, you're fine. My first ever Nex kill. You guys are gonna get kicked out of this one. The first ever Nex kill that I did was I used a chaotic staff. That was not augmented because I just didn't have it augmented. I don't think they might not have even had augmentations at that time, but I did a chaotic staff and then war priest. That's it. I had like a fury amulet and some other stuff like that, but it was literally chaotic staff and war priest, and I did it. I used a royal crossbow for a switch. That was my setup, and I succeeded barely. And I think I had 0 food left. Bear, stop looking in here like you're going to come in here and enjoy your meals and stuff like that. I am busy. I am playing RuneScape. I don't know what you think you're doing. If they heard me, they would just be like, what did he say? That's not a secret. That's not an ultra rare. Deal. Also, look at the stars. See how the stars are also foil? That's how you know it's not an ultra rare. Let's see. Fully perked tier 70 armor, scythe, turmoil, supreme overloads, aggression, pods, ectoplasm, airfin, and all that stuff. Still don't see 5 million. Wow, that's amazing if you don't. Let's see. Turmoil, supreme overloads, aggression, pods, ectoplasm, airfin. I'm not sure. It's probably something to do. You're missing something. You're missing something if you're not seeing 5. That's what I can say. Also, wearing like a Ring of Fortune or a Luck of Dwarves is definitely going to help. But because you get more RDT, better RDT and everything. So, but no, something is going wrong if you're not hitting it. But yeah. Let's see. Yeah, 3.3 an hour is 100% pure AFK. Don't move, don't pick up stuff. I love it. I use magic since it's AoE basic abilities. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, 3.3. I mean, 3.3 is really good for AFK. I mean, honestly, that's really high for AFK. How's it going, Ethan? You're back. Awesome, dude. I need more suggestions. You have to show me how to run my channel because you are the pro. Let's see. It's really funny because I actually used to talk to somebody out here that's called Ethan is Pro. Hey Manatee, should cooking or fire making, I'm guessing, oh yeah, fire making, be done on double experience weekend? No, neither one of those should be done during double experience weekend. And the reason why is because they're both extremely cheap. Cooking is actually profitable, and they're both AFKable, and they're both really fast. Like don't waste your valuable time on those. Do skills that either A, cost a lot of money, or B, you don't like doing, or C. This is also something to keep in mind. You can also do skills where it's going to, by doing those, you're going to unlock the ability to be able to do your ultimate first hit. So on the other one, go back to 4. Ultimate or first edition divided for 5. Wow, more than I thought. Like let's say thieving, you have a lower level, then thieving sucks. Now, and if someone asked me, should I do thieving on double XP? I would say no. And the reason, 1340, are you serious? What? Oh my God, I gotta see TCG on that. Holy cow, those things, oh, I like those too. Oh well, whatever. So, sorry, I'm helping him and we're being amazed at the price of this thing we're selling. Oh, by the way, selling Yu-Gi-Oh cards online right now. I'm teaching him how to make money buying and selling Yu-Gi-Oh. Because I actually did Yu-Gi-Oh for several years. It actually earns a lot of money. Okay, not a lot, but definitely better than a part-time job or even a full-time job, like a basic full-time job while you're going to college or something. So that was when I did it the most time. Yeah, no, it's great. 20. Okay, never mind. Put them in. Oh wait. Were they paying like 13 or something like that? On this one? Oh yeah, sell to them still. But 20. Yeah, sell to them. Man, a dollar less than I wouldn't have sold to them. Okay. Sorry about that. I'm sure you're like, can you just tell me what you're saying? But if you were like, say someone asked me about thieving, I would say don't do thieving during double XP. The reason why is because pickpocketing at Prif and everything is way fast. But the thing is if you are lower than if you're like lower than 87, so you're not able to do Prif, then I would actually recommend you did thieving to be able to get to a point where you're going to be able to do it after double XP. So as far as skills, do expensive ones, do ones you don't enjoy, and do non-AFK ones also, like stuff that AFK things are enjoyable for the most part, because you can do other stuff while you do them. So save those for off of double XP, and then do stuff to unlock faster methods, so that after double XP you're ready to go on the faster method. Let's see. RuneScape Mobile, need that at work for room breaks? Heck yes, I cannot wait. Cooking, fire making is like 10 million for the cape. Go for cooking on double XP. I would pick neither one. Yeah, I mean honestly, even if you were going to get max cape, I probably still wouldn't do it. But yeah, I mean if you really want to, then do it. But my recommendation would be not to do either one of those. Got a shadow die from a clue the other day. Wow, that's amazing. Congratulations. Currently trying out a second account on a legacy. Haha. Yeah. Like on the legacy client, or you're doing legacy combat. And 1 second, guys. I'll be right back. I'm gonna use the restroom, and I'll be right back. So everybody, make sure they leave right away and don't be here when I get back. It's really cool. There's 38 of you guys watching, so I'm totally joking. But give me 1 second. I'm gonna try to be as efficient as possible. And I'm going to try to do this, and I'll be back. No, because there's copyright on YouTube.
What? That's lame.
Okay. All right, I'm back. Grab a donut hole, because they are good. 1 second, guys. We'll grab a drink, and then I'll be back to talking.
What time would you like to
Be here tomorrow? Early as you want. I'll be up early. All right, 1 second, 1 second. I had mentioned how tired I am of doing smithing. Let's see. Oh, but they don't have it. Whatever. Okay. Won some instant kill darts today. Nice trick. Nice. 96 prayer anyway. 99. Planning to get 9 tonight. And 138 combat. So excited. Nice, man. Are you doing cleansing stones? What's up, Maine? 7.5 million XP into my double XP so far. About to 95 divination with curse. Cheers and happy games, mate. Awesome, man. Oh, 99. Nice. Yeah, I'm actually going really slow. So I would have quite a bit more, but I've actually had to work today and everything, so I've lost out on a lot of opportunities to be able to make like a bunch of EXP. It's going slower than what I was planning on, but I have been doing mostly like smithing, and I was doing like some glass blowing and stuff like so. I've been doing some rather slow things, so. I did like a short time of dragon stones. Like as you can see by my experience, I did not even a full hour of them actually. So my total XP will definitely jump up a lot more after I start doing a lot more of those. Assuming I get in 9 and everything else, and cooking and fire making left 9, cooking would be what I do for W's and fire making later. I would kind of do the opposite actually. I would say 99 fire making is what I did for double XP, and then cooking later, just because cooking earns money on double and fire making does not. But honestly, they're pretty much the same in all reality. Like, fire making doesn't cost much. So, yeah, I got some Death Touch darts too. Nice. Which is weird for me since fire making was my first night, cooking was my second. Selling Yu-Gi-Oh! I had 2.1 thousand cards. I don't know why the chat went way down. Ended up selling them in bulk, made some good money, bought some cool computer stuff, and thought about partying it out. Man, but it's a lot of work. Yeah, it's, I mean, I did it for... I was doing like Yu-Gi-Oh sales and Pokemon and stuff like that for. I mean, I've been doing it for probably about 15 years. In all honesty.
You should tell them how many cards you
Oh Jesus, no. I have a lot of cards. No, I've been doing it for a very long time. So piecing them out is something that I'm very used to, and actually, it would pain me to actually do them in bulk because. I mean, there's a lot of money in cards, so for me to bulk them, I would lose a considerable amount of money. But yeah, if you had just like a couple thousand left or whatever, and you just want to get out of it, yeah, definitely for sure, just bulk them out. Is prayer with cleansing stone 95, 99 worth doing? It's kind of slow. It's worth doing if during Heaven. Just do it during Heaven. So wait till Heaven and then go do it, and then just avoid doing it outside of Heaven, and that's going to be a lot more efficient for you. Kind of slow. Started at 89 prayer. Going to sell my cooking and magic logs back since I'm not doing them anymore. Yep, I would recommend that. See, you're right, Manatee, about cooking and fire making. That's what I was thinking. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Actually, yeah. What Demon Myth said, man, it's like I'm typing in the chat. What are your other skills that you can do, or do you have any other skills left? I'm cycling between construction and other skills at the moment. LOL. No one told me construction was absolutely awful. Oh yeah, it's like literally the worst skill in the entire game. You going for that 120 smithing cape or on your way to 200 million now? So smithing is actually one of my lowest skills. It's like literally smithing is. I was trying to think if it was my lowest skilling one, but no, it's not my lowest skilling one. But it's almost my lowest skill. So right now I've got 36.3 million XP. Yeah, no, it's I'm just trying to get to like 50 or 60 million this weekend. That way, it's not as low, and then I will probably end up just waiting for the smithing update because a lot of people were trying to get smithing done before the update. But personally, I'm just kind of like whatever. I'll just why am I not getting? 1 second. I don't see my avatar boost at all, and he's on 84. That's weird. Yeah, I basically just want to get it up because it's literally one of my lowest skills. It's been one of my lowest skills for a long time. Actually, on the right side of my skills, it's the only skill that's not above 50 million. So all my other skills on the right side are above 50. Most of them are above 60 or 70. So it's more of just want to get it up there. So it kind of is in line with the other stuff. Let's see. Sold all my cards. The next thing I might think about selling is my Legos, parting them out. I have a 55-gallon drum full and then some. Wow, that is a lot of Legos. That's awesome. I've done all my Bibles except prayer. We'll do agility next. Oh, yeah, for sure. Go do agility. I'm actually thinking about doing some agility if I run out of supplies, just because I don't have the Dojo Mojo pet yet. It would be probably not a bad idea to go run laps, since running laps of Prif is probably the most efficient way of getting Dojo Mojo. So if I was going to go do that, at least I'll be getting double XP while I'm doing it. So I'm thinking about going and doing some laps also. Otherwise, I'm going to be getting a lot of my EXP from Hawks. I've gotten almost 1.4 million from Hawks already. This is crazy, actually. I'm at 39.6 million in agility. It's one of my lower skills, too. It's almost 40. Woo! But I'm not actually going to any 200 millions until I have all 120s. Probably spent $1,000 myself, and then just from gifts over the years when I was a kid, and a couple of grand of Legos in the garage. Yeah, that's awesome. That's a lot of Legos. Just tell me.
We got 25 on core GG. 25 on core.
Yep.
And we got 90 on DCP.
Um, 90 on TCG and then 25 on core. Just keep those then. I'll put them in the keep pile. Okay, let's see. How do I stop Menophyte thugs from moving? It's pissing me off. Are you blackjacking Menophyte thugs? I'm gonna guess you are. You can trap them. I never did that. I never did that. I actually went and did chests instead. So if you go to the thieving guild, and then you go to the chests where you open up the gate to get to the chest, that's what I did. What you can do is you can world hop, and it's actually really quick. But if you want to do those, you just have to trap them. I think you can trap a Menophyte thug in a house or something like that. Yeah, but trapping them, that's how. I hate thieving, honestly. I mean, well, I love it and I hate it. Like I have 120 in thieving, and I really enjoyed it after I was like 88, like 87 or 88. I enjoyed it at that point because I just did like elves throughout the entire time. But before that, it really sucked. Like horrible. Almost as bad as construction, but not quite that bad. See, Google it at Duratton. You'll see videos of people getting stuck in a small tent. There you go. Yep. Let's see. I'm not sure that honestly never done it. Yeah, I haven't done it either. See, literally, he's just repeating everything I say. So pretty much the only skills you should do are the ones that save both time and money and are slow skills, right? Yes. Time and money, and that are just overall efficient to do. So, that's the best way to say it. The ones that save you money is definitely the first ones you should hit. That should be your priorities. And the reason why is because money is equal to time. So in a sense, you're saving not 2 times the amount of time, but maybe 3 times the amount of time, because the fact that now you've saved the time that you would have spent making more money for that. All right, I'm gonna have to hop worlds. Actually, you know what? I'll do it after the stream. No. Gosh, dang it. I keep on hitting the wrong button. What you got? Trying to get to 86. I mean, thugs are one way, but you can also go to Menaphos itself, and then you can actually pickpocket the people in Menaphos. So that's probably a lot less annoying than doing the thugs are. Like, yeah, agility and runecrafting are definitely a good idea to do. Another agility live stream. Let's see, sounds about right. Personally, I hate engineering, so I've done engineering during double XP. I would really not do that, but yeah, I mean, if you have, it's okay. But the reason why I wouldn't do that is because I don't do floors in dungeoneering. I just do my daily challenges. But previous to 99, you know, do sinkholes all the way if you don't actually enjoy doing dungeoneering. Let's see, Goster, I swear I'm not hiding out there in the darkness, just copying down everything. Just want to say hi, keep up the great videos. Thank you, Techno. Thank you so much. Well, all right, guys, we've had a full 2 hours of streams tonight, and then I am going to be streaming tomorrow and also Sunday. So also for the Sunday, I will most likely be streaming, unless something comes up. I will most likely be streaming into the wee hours of the night. Well, for the West Coast anyway. And then, you know, kind of going into the end of double XP. So we'll be doing a long grind that day. That's what I'm planning. But I'm going to go ahead and kick it for now. I'm actually going to be going to bed here pretty soon because I'm dead tired from working and getting up early today. So that way I'm able to get up super early tomorrow and hit some more double XP, and really not going to be sleeping that much. But yeah, anyway. So I will see you guys in the next video. I'm going to go ahead and jump off. If you guys have any questions you want me to answer and stuff, you can feel free to put them on this video, like in the comment section, and I will answer them for you, or I will see them in tomorrow's video. Feel free to join the Discord in the description here below. There's the Discord link that you can join. It's totally free to just go and join the Discord, and you know, ask me questions there too. There's tons of people in there actually. And then if any of you were interested in joining the Patreon or had questions regarding the Patreon, you can always send me questions on Patreon about that. But that's obviously a great way if you would like to support the channel. That's the best way to do it. But yeah, hey, awesome, man. I'm glad I saved you the 20 hours of fire making and cooking. It's actually it's only about 9 p.m. here. It's well, about to be 9 p.m. here. But I'm going to be, like I said, I actually had to do a bunch of work today, and I've got some more work I have to do. So I'm going to be knocking out some more work and stuff, and then, yeah. So, yeah, my Friday of double XP is not being too eventful here. But, yep, I will be killing it with you guys tomorrow. We'll be looking for some more gains tomorrow. And also, I will most likely have a little bit different view on here as far as, you know, the way the stream itself goes. So, all right, guys, I will see you tomorrow. You guys have a great one. Thank you guys for stopping by.